And by the time you start noticing, it's like it could go really fast, right? So, I mean, no one wants to, again, health span, no one wants to live till they're 90 and not remember the loved ones in your life, right? And this is a real issue, right? Kind of my strategy when I work with clients individually. And some of you need to work on certain ones of these more than others. So I'm not saying you have to do all 5 of them, but think about like what stands out to you where you're like, ooh, oh yeah, I should probably pay attention. So focus. Number 1, we talked about this already, but think about eating as nourishment and a way to manage inflammation. So every time you put food in your mouth, you actually do have a little inflammation response. It's a foreign object entering the body, right? But if you can use an anti-inflammatory foods to actually combat inflammation, like now food is medicine, and you hear that all the time, and in the science, we're like confirming that all the time. So think of food in a different way. So many of us just eat for pleasure, and I'm not saying we need to be rabbits and eat rabbit pellets. Like I literally do have, in the past, have had professional bodybuilders eating just, it doesn't even look like food, just to meet their macros, right? And I'm like, oh, it just doesn't feel right. So think of food as nourishment. It needs to be a balance of pleasure and nourishment. We're not rabbits eating rabbit food, but we can't just be all pleasure and not care about what's going in. So focus. If you need to prioritize nutrition, aligning your lifestyle to flow with your hormones. Your hormones want to be in balance, and for the women in here, we go through major hormonal shifts 3 times in our lives. Puberty, pregnancy, and menopause. The only one that's optional is pregnancy, for those of us that chose out, right? But menopause is not optional. And some of you who are already in menopause, I hear this all the time. Oh, I don't have to worry about my hormones, I'm in menopause. Like, actually, we're finding that hormones are super important for cardiovascular, so all the highways of your heart, your brain, your bones, your gut need hormones. So knowing where your hormones are at and aligning with them, I don't have time today to talk about it, except we talked about stress. So stress is the #1 killer of hormones, right? In terms of bumping all your hormones out of whack. So some of you need to get outdoors more. Some of you need to move your bodies more. Some of you need to experience oxytocin more in your life, which is one of the hormones that are kind of talked about strength already. If you are losing muscle, you need to be super proactive. Hypertrophy, this is like a big thing in the fitness world, but try to put that muscle back. Don't worry about what the scale says, because muscle weighs more than fat. You need the muscle to stay metabolically. We talked about this already, the 10 billion servants in your gut that are serving you. We're finding that there's more neurotransmitters in the gut than we thought, right? All the serotonin you make, almost all of it is in the gut. So think about these servants. You need to take care of them. Right? And this is, JL does this so well. It's like doing things that really make you feel sexy, make you feel like a woman. And I think sometimes we think about our bodies and we're like, oh, I hate that. I hate how I look in the mirror. And we don't love ourselves. I love that we have a photo booth here about self-love photo shoots. How many of you guys are doing stuff like that, right? So I think the way we treat ourselves, the way we think about ourselves has a huge impact on our health as well. So I hope that was helpful. I do have a very special gift for you all. I have a raffle that you guys all can enter to win. So right now I'm running a 5-day group program on spring equinox, addressing several of the things that we talked about: belly fat, gut health. Have you guys heard of the fasting mimicking diet? Prolon. Okay, so this was a diet born out of USC research on longevity. And there was just a research article published 2 weeks ago about how the fasting mimicking diet helps with visceral fat, helps with A1Cs, helps with fasting glucose. So it's a 5-day way of eating, similar to a detox, but you're eating less food and you mimic a fast in your life. So I'm running that for 5 days. Off 1 seat in that cohort. How you enter the raffle, because I don't have tickets to give you, is you subscribe to my YouTube channel, send me a text message with your name and email and a screenshot that you're subscribed, and then I will tally up everyone in the raffle and tell you who won. And the second prize, if you didn't get that one, is I have one of my favorite supplements. I grabbed this off my desk this morning, is Ion Gut Health. This is humic acid, lignite extract, if you've ever heard of that. Very good for leaky gut, very good for detoxing things like glyphosate and BPA. Very mineralizing to the body. It's made from like forest decay, if you've ever heard of humic acid. So I will wrap off a bottle of that as well. So please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Every single video has like hours and hours of content whittled down to like 10 minutes. So it's a fantastic place to continue learning. And I'm looking forward to connecting with some of you after this as well. So, how much time do we have?
Thank you.